Collective, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for a whatever comes out reading. Thank you for joining us behind the scenes. Today we haven't picked up a topic, but we're gonna call on Spirit and ask what Spirit wants us to know. And as we go along with the reading, we'll just take it from there. So guys, just bear with me as we continue the setup of the studio. Okay, let's make sure this camera is rolling, okay? Okay. Today's going to be a great show. We're going to just like a freestyle. It's going to be a freestyle show. So just hang tight and just bear with us as we call on Spirit and then see what Spirit have in store for us today. Okay, I'm being told to move the camera slightly to this angle here. Yep. Rolling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back, Collective. I'd like to thank you for joining us once again. Thank you for joining us. And first of all, this reading is going to be for entertainment purposes only. And whatever comes out from Spirit, we don't have anything scripted or we're just gonna just call in and see whatever comes out. So whatever comes out reading, and just calling on the energy. Let's see what Spirit wants us to address for today. What messages from Spirit can we get today? We're going to start off with the Kippa. We're going to start off with Chiro's Kippa. Oh, bear with me. I'm going to just make sure I set up this camera also on this side. Thank you. Call in the ancestors. We're going to call in the ancestors. What would you like us to speak about today? What would you like us to address today? Okay, that's set. Okay, thank you, ancestors. What would you like us to focus on today? We're going to just go in. We're going to go straight into the reading. Okay, this card wanted to jump out. Marriage. So Spirit are sending a message for the collective that union is on the way. You're gonna have union. The marriage card represents, this is a message from Spirit to keep with the faith. Have the faith. Because there's been a lot of towers recently. Things have been dying off, things have been shed, we've been shedding some skin, we've been purging, so to speak. So, but this message is also, the message is letting you know, also, thank you, Spirit. I just want to let you know, this is a collective reading, this is for the collective, this is for the collective. So Spirit wants you to know that union, your focus on union, your focus on the partnership, your focus on the focus on your on the promise. The promises that Father has made for the collective is that you are a pairing. You are actually a pairing. This is the message that I'm getting, because a lot of people have possibly been. There's been so much towers. I'm getting that there's been so many towers because this card came out in reverse. But the thing is, the message is that, okay, you may have thought, okay, this is a reverse, but I just want to say here, normally, when we call on the cards fall sometimes in reversals or in upright, and the significance of this is that there's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of ups and downs, changes in the draft. There's been draft changes, but Father, the message from Father is saying that the promise that He has made for you this promise is a promise that is to be kept. Numbers 23:19. Numbers 23:19. Father says He is not human that He would lie. So what I'm getting from this is that you may have been questioning the timing, but God's timing is outside of our perception. It's outside of our perception. It's outside of our understanding. We don't understand God's time or God's reasons for His times, but what I'm getting here is that God's timing is always perfect. It's always perfect. God's timing is always perfect in that there's meticulous things that are performed, or there's things that we don't understand, that we cannot understand. It's a very difficult thing to explain. It's a very difficult thing to explain, but also the main thing is it's about faith. The main thing is about faith. So union, be steadfast. So the message is to be steadfast for your union, your marriage. Wonderful topic to start off with. Guys. Okay, thank you, Father. Okay, ancestors. Okay, I think I'm getting the feeling that He wants us. I'm getting the feeling that that He wants to give us this word of encouragement. This word of encouragement is because this also means that your union is under the protection of Father and Archangel Michael. Your union is protected because there's been a false narrative that has been spreading through. There's been a false narrative that has been spreading through. This narrative is part of the plan, so to speak, because this narrative is sort of like when you're going through the furnace, when you're going through the furnace, is that you're being prepared. You're being prepared, and this union is very important because this will be the union that is going through here, guys. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, because I'm also going to set up the app just to get some additional messaging that will go along with this. But I think this is the main topic for today. Bear with me. Okay, needless to say, this is for those that may have been, going through facing the frustrations. You might have been facing the frustrations, but Father feels and hears your frustrations. But this means keep the faith. This means keep the faith. This means keep the faith. And this also means following your intuition on the messaging, on the messages and the intuitive nudges that you'd have received. The intuitive nudges that you'd have received. Like you have been, you'd have received these intuitive nudges that says to you, also this speaks about patience. And that's that patience, and that's that patience coming through. Patience, and that the promise is a promise. So we're gonna get a card from, let's go to the tarot. Let's go to the tarot. What else can we get messages? What other messages can we get? What other messages do we have? No thanks, and we have double on the Ghost app. It's a pairing. A double is a pairing. Also, this speaks about your double. This speaks about your double is also your twin. Your double is your twin. Your double is, this is you going into union with this is you going into union with the other half, your other half. So this is, that's clarity from spirit. Meanwhile, we're going to ask the tarot to give us one more message. Let's get one more card from the tarot. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm going to cut the deck. Let's clear the energy. Guys, there's been a lot that's been going on behind the scenes. However, your sensitivity, I think Father is also asking us to keep to our sensitivity. He's also like asking us to honor our emotions, honor our feelings, those intuitive nudges that we get. Such as, sometimes you say to yourself, you're going to stay away from certain places. You're going to stay away from certain places. Those are intuitive nudges that are letting you know that, harsh environments, harsh people, harsh places, honor yourself, honor your feelings, honor your feelings. These feelings that you've been getting are valid. They're actually valid because the energy that's in the air right now, the energy that's on the air today or in this last few weeks, has been an air of this Seven of Cups energy, or this confusion. This has been a diversion. This has been a desperation. This has been a desperate energy, but amid this desperate energy, you remain calm and you honor your feelings. Meanwhile, we have Precious. Precious on the deck. Precious on the deck. You are precious for Father. You are precious. He honors you. In other words, guys, you may have been receiving people that were questioning your validity. They were questioning, I want to say, no, possibly, people could be questioning your value. They were questioning your value, guys. You're precious for Father. Your Father's star pupil. You may have been that new kid on the block, going to a new school, going to a new program, going to a new work placement, and finding out that you were being received as this outsider. Wherever you go, you're being received as an outsider. But for Father, you're precious. A diamond is a rare gem that is precious. The rarer you are, the more precious you are for Father. That's the message. The rarer you are, the more precious you are, because you might have been felt out of place, perhaps. Phrase. You might have gone through phases where you felt like you were out of place. But for Father, this was the intention. You're a peculiar person. It's a message from Father for the collective, guys. Keep the faith, and also honor your standing, honor your how rare you are, honor who you are. That means accepting who you are, even in the face of this adversity that we've been facing. This adversity that we've been dealt with. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, ancestors, for coming through. Thank you, ancestors, for coming through. I wonder what cards are going to come out in the next one, because we have, okay, wonderful, guys. Here you are. Here you are. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune right on time. So meeting your double is your Wheel of Fortune. This is a blessing from Father. This is the end of a cycle as well. This is the ending of a cycle. You know, Father's closing cycles, and Father's promise is that marriage and union is on the cards, and this is the blessing. This is your Wheel of Fortune. You're at the top of the wheel. You're at the top of the wheel. You're sat at the top of the wheel, and as the wheel turns, it's turning towards union and marriage. Precious marriage. You're precious. You're meeting your precious. Which actually reminds me that before we got into before we started the reading today, we was looking at the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings, you know, he speaks about, you know, one ring to rule them all, one ring to rule them all, and you know that was also the you know, one ring to rule them all, the one ring that binds. You know, this is a marriage. You know, your union has been blessed by the heavens, because this divine union is also it's a promise. It's a destiny. This is a destiny card. It also means that your destiny is written in the stars. Your destiny is written in the stars, in the heavens above, in the first heaven. Anything below the heaven falls under the jurisdiction of the Father. All dimensions after the heaven follows under the jurisdiction of Father. So this union is etched in the heavens. It's in stone, hieroglyphs. Cuneiforms. It's written. It was written. Maktub, they say. It was written. It was written. Maktub is also something that God has promised. You know, in the beginning, God created the pen. The first thing he created was the pen. And with the pen, he was able to speak these words. He was able to write these words. He was able to write this union. This union has been edged. So this is also a message that what is yours is forever going to be yours. This also talks about patience. What is yours is yours. What is yours is not going to pass you by. You may hear things about people attempting to steer you off course and stuff like that. But you know what? When people are trying to veer you a certain way, they're not really veering you a certain way. They're just giving you more. They're giving you more fuel for you to continue on this journey. Father's promising you a long life of prosperity. Father's promising you a long life of prosperity. You know, Father says he's going to give you double for your trouble, what you have gone through, collective. Keep the faith. There's been a strong emphasis on faith, guys. There has been a strong emphasis on faith, keeping the faith. And you know, keeping the faith demonstrates your belief as well. And you know, Father knows that what we go through. He understands because he walks with us every step of the way. He walks with us every step of the way, and so he understands that the journey it requires this endurance, and this journey is not for the swift, but for those that are going to endure. These are the messages that Father relays onto us. This is why we turn to the cards and we ask Father to reveal the soul's messages for us. And another word. Yeah, guys, Father just said, you're my loyal servants. You're my loyal servants, and these are the treats. These are the treaties. This is also the reward. This is also the achievement that you're going to receive for being a loyal servant. So you have been loyal. You have been loyal. Cutting off places that you don't need to go anymore, guys. Recognizing recognizing where you don't need to be no more. Okay, let's get one more message. Let's get one more message. Loyalty and marriage and destiny. That's the final destination, guys. Whoa, that card just flipped out, and we like when the card flips out like that, because Father says there's going to be messages in the sun, moon, and the stars. We have the sun. We have the sun. This is happiness. This is the best. This is the happiest card. This is the happiest card in the tarot. This is the happiest card in the tarot. This is clarity. You're going to receive clarity very soon, and you're also, your feelings are being, Father is confirming your feelings. Father is confirming your feelings. Father is echoing your feelings, guys. Father is echoing your feelings. Collective, this is a beautiful reading for you. This is a beautiful reading for you. Okay. So now we also have the Page of Pentacles. So this is you receiving good news. This is a message. Pages. Represents an Earth sign. Taurus Earth, Capricorn Earth, and Virgo Earth. So this is also a message. You'll be receiving a message. You'll be receiving a message of a new beginning. Something that is going to, something that's going to set your world alight. Something that's going to set your world alight. Something that's going to set your world alight. You're going to be receiving some good news. Some good news, and this project that you're working on, Father says, yes, keep the faith. Keep going, because it's something that you can build from. We all start from somewhere. Needless to say, guys, loyal and also royal blue. We also have royal blue. We have royal blue, and we have this message that's coming through. And this message that's coming through is that, I also get the sense that, here, guys, that, this is like a precious, when Gollum speaks about the ring, back to Mordor, when he speaks about the ring, this ring was considered his precious, he considered this ring his precious because that's what gave him life. So this is also something that gave him life and passion. But in this, together with the sun, this new project that you're working on, this new project that you're going to receive, this message that you're going to receive is something that's going to brighten your entire horizon, because the sun is not only the happiest card, but it also illuminates that whatever is on your mind is true to your word, true to who you are. So you want to ask about marriage, you want to ask about betrothal. Yes, you're being betrothed. You're being betrothed not only to Father, but to your divine counterpart. Your loyalty to Father, is what's going to help you receive this divine union, for being loyal. So this loyalty, your ability to remain loyal under these circumstances, because guess what? People have been approaching you, collective. People have been approaching you from far and wide. People have been jumping out of portals to approach you. If you look at the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about these, the wheel talks about also the gate or the portal to happiness, walking through the portal to happiness. And these situations also speaks about the Akashic records. Is that something that is yours, something that is written in destiny? Your Akashic records are written in destiny by the divine. one. Okay, that one wanted to come out. We love when the cards come out like that, collective. So now we have, you're coming out of this melancholy. You're coming out of this melancholy, which is upside down. So this coming out of this melancholy is that there's been no need for this one as well. But also, shout out to Metal, because she wants you to say something like, this also speaks about somebody that's been projecting their insecurities onto others. Somebody that has been projecting their insecurities onto others. This also speaks about knowing that your worth is also your value, that Father values. This also goes back to that precious. You're considered as being a precious being for Father. So, that also speaks about you being a precious, you being a precious commodity for Father. And actually, you know what we'll actually say to Metal as well, should she continue to make these videos, continue to go back to the podium and, get those cards out again, because you were making, you make a difference, so much so that I believe that the other side or these karmic groups or these karmic the karmic opposition, basically the karmic opposition that have been going against the collective, they have been assigned, and they've been assigned to kind of say, they're hacking, and it's been a bit of a nuisance, they're hacking. But one thing that we've been able to gauge from an outsider's perspective is that for each member of the community, of the collective, they seem to have a different playbook. They seem to have a different playbook. So for the entire collective, one thing for certain, two things for sure, is that their first playbook is normally they aim to form a coalition in harassment. So they love to perk up their harassment with, their favorite is, surrounding you, trying to overwhelm a person by surrounding us. We're completely surrounded. Keep the faith. Keep the faith, because Father is always with you, collective. Keep the faith, Keep the faith. Because from a personal point of view, I've been able to see that the collective have been harassed, especially in these last few weeks. But the messages that what's coming through is that the victory is given to those that endure. So we must endure, and we're almost at the finish line. In fact, we've already crossed the finish line. You have gone past the victory lap. So this melancholy feeling is that somebody has been projecting these feelings. This is somebody that's projecting their emotions onto others. This is a sad person who's projecting their emotions onto others. They're not your own. They're not your own. Collective, you may have had tears in your eyes the last few days. You may have had tears in your eyes. And these tears, they feel like they are your own. You feel like, what am I crying for? But you're purging. But you ask yourself, why am I in tears? Why am I in tears? Because you're purging. These are necessary things that we go through. These are necessary things that we go through. We go through blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, blood, sweat, and tears. In the threes. We go through blood, sweat, and tears. But you know what, collective? These are all part of our. It's all part of our It's all part of our growth. But messages from Father says, look, there's going to be brighter days. There's going to be sunshine at the end of the day. You're gonna have the illumination. You're gonna have clarity. Father says, there's so much I want to share with you guys. There's so much I want to share with you, collective, and you will receive what is rightfully yours, collective. And have no shame in expecting to receive what is yours. Have no shame in accepting and in grabbing hold of what is yours. Have no shame in stepping up to the throne. Have no shame in that. That is yours. That's your birthright. Have no shame, collective. Have no shame. Because these have been questioned. These projections have been questionable. These projections have been questionable, but this is where you catch them out, collective. This is the point I'm trying to make here, guys. Is that you catch them out because for every member of the collective is given a different, is kind of given a different play. They have a different strategy and playbook. You know, for those that are eloquent with their words, for those that are gifted with the power of speech. For those that are gifted with the power of speech, like every member of the collective, as you are, you know, you have the power to, you know, your power is really in your uniqueness, in your how peculiar you are. You're able to become this person who thinks outside of the box, who thinks outside of the confines of what the normal person is, what the everyday person is going through. Because those that have been sent, those that have been assigned against your collective, they're all thinking on a, I want to say, like, they're programmed, basically. They've been programmed. They've been programmed on a mind that operates in a sequence. I want to say a binary sequence of zeros and ones. Predictive programming. They've been programmed on zeros and ones. This is predictive programming. Father's giving you your soul. This is your heart. So when you speak from your heart, yes, anything can come out. Anything will come out from your heart. But this is because you're given a carte blanche. You're given a clean slate to think from. You're given a blank canvas to create. So Father says, go out there and create. Go and create. Create. Express yourself creatively. Get your pen out. Get your guitar out. Sit on your piano. Share your gift with those others. You know, those other people. Because that's one thing. They try to keep your, you know, this is a message for the this is a message for the collective. You know, 144 is also a frequency of how unique you are. 432 hertz. That's a frequency of healing your heart. Together. You know, together it makes like 144. When you add them up the 7 chakras. When you add up the chakras, we reach 144. 432 hertz is the heart. Love hurts. Love hurts. So yes, you have tears sometimes. But we wipe those tears and we continue going until we reach 144,000, a frequency. And the way to reach that frequency is by keep going. By bulldozing through intellectually with your mind through these obstacles. Intellectually by expressing ourselves. Because every time you express yourself, you climb up Jacob's ladder. Yes. I should really bring the ladder up in here, shouldn't I? I think I will. Bear with me. You know, collective. Continue climbing up that ladder. This is a ladder, this is a Jacob's ladder. This is a ladder on our way, higher way to heaven. We climb up the ladder. And then you reach for the stars. You reach for the stars. You reach for the star that you are. That star is who you actually are. You're not local. You're not local. So this is why we keep going. Because that 144 is you going through the crown. Is you reaching up through the crown and coming out of the crown. So you keep going up Jacob's ladder. You keep rising up the ladder. You rise above the opposition. You rise above your the circumstance. You rise above whatever you're going through. You rise above, the sticks and stones that they might throw at you. You rise above. I'm gonna keep my voice down a little bit because I've noticed that the more passion that we get, the more I'll vocal. The more I become vocal. The more passion I show, the more I become vocal. But this is a message for 144 because our journey is to go up. Our journey is to raise up. Raising up, that's our journey. So, I'm gonna keep an eye on my vocals because one thing's for certain, two things for sure is that we're raising above, our predicaments. Our present predicament. By doing so, we'll keep the faith and we'll continue going. Whatever is your passion is your passion is your promise. That's your GPS. Your passion is your GPS. You continue to climb up the ladder. You continue to climb up this proverbial ladder. You continue to climb up this ladder and then you reach, and this is what they don't want you to know. This is one of the things they don't want you to know. So they try to say, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't wear this, you can't wear that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do it like this. Guys, these guys are demonstrating things that everything that you can do that they're demonstrating to you on the pretense that you cannot achieve. It's a trick. It's a sleight of the hand trick. It's a trick. For each member, you may have noticed, guys, that for each person, they might say to the collective, to one person, they may question them on, they may question them on their belief system. They may say to them, you've addressed something the wrong way. So what they'll try, they're basically trying to intimidate you, because one thing that I noticed that every time I go out, when you go out, you notice that people do things in sync. People do things in sync. So then you think to yourself, where did this army come from? Where did this army come from? So when they move in synchronicities, when these people come out of the bushes and approach you, moving in these sequences, they're trying to say to you, they're trying to intimidate you by their marches. But one thing that you realise, it's all an illusion. It's an illusion. It's actually an illusion. It's an illusion. It's a sleight of a hand trick. 7 of Cups. It's a 7 of Cups illusion. So guys, what I'm trying to say is that by feeding this illusion, they're actually trying to brainwash and program a person into believing that, hey, maybe I'm outnumbered here. Because when they move in these sequences, I'll give you a little story. Yesterday, I've gone out this morning. I think it was early this morning. Father advised me to be in hermit mode. So, which is the advice has been for us, especially tomorrow the 4th, is to be in hermit mode as much as we can. Keeping to ourselves, going within. If you can, has been, kind of like just be an observer for tomorrow. Be an observer, because once you observe, you're going to realize that the actions of the people around you are going to be in sort of synchronicities. They're going to be showing these heuristics and subliminals that are going to make you feel outnumbered, because when they move in these synchronicities, they are actually marching and they appear to be more. So anyway, yesterday I've got into this shop. I've gone into this store, mum and pop spot. I've gone in there and then I've realised that, hold on a minute, they actually was approaching me from two different sides. And I thought, oh, when people do that, what they're doing is that they're closing down your, it's an attempt to close down, they become more, is what I mean. They're trying to say is that they actually try to become more. So they are using intimidation. You, collective, are a sort of a threat. So they're trying to intimidate you. So when you go home, you might think, oh, you're thinking about them. But no, pick up the mic. Go back to the drawing board. Go back on your guitar, record your music or whatever makes you happy. Because whatever makes you happy is what takes you up the ladder. You're climbing this ladder to success. You're going to continue going. This street theatre is just a play to make them appear to be more of them. Because the thing is, your conscience picks up patterns. You pick up patterns more than you pick up words. Yes, some of them use words here and there, but more so, it's their actions that those are things that we pick up. So it's an intimidation tactic, but you bear no mind. We got home and said, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the mic. I'm gonna go back on the mic and climb, continue to raise above. So that's the message for you, to continue to raise above. Going back to the cards. So now you've gone up. You've gone up the ladder now. And it's actually quite significant, and the irony of it. Oh wow. Father said, Father, come through, Father. We'll take that. Come through, Father. The world, completion. You've completed a cycle. The world is a completed cycle. And also, we have victory. Now, you have been victorious. You've been victorious. You've earned your victory. You've earned your stripes. This is also a marriage card. This is also a marriage card. So you're getting married in the throne room of God. And again, the hermit. The hermit is about you going within. And also, we have you standing your ground. So we've stood our ground by climbing up the ladder. We've stood our ground by climbing up the ladder. You see? You have the higher ground. You have the higher ground, collective. You have the higher ground. So, this wand in your hand is your passion. This wand in your hand it gives you the higher ground. See, this is the opposition that shall remain nameless. That's going to remain nameless. They're going to remain nameless because you stand over them. You've actually stood over them. You've actually stood over them. The colloquial speech, those that know, Father says you stood over them. Father says you've stood over them. It's game over. It's game over. You've been victorious. The victory has been yours. The victory has been edged in the clouds, in the heavens. The victory has been yours. We'll continue to fight. And here you are. See, in the higher realms, in the upper realms, you're on your way, and your triumph is on the way, and you have marriage. You have marriage, you have triumph, you have victory. These are messages from the heavenly realm. Get one more. I'm going to keep this one, and here you are. I'm going to close this one right here, guys, because I think the message is pretty clear here. It's that you've been victorious. This is what, Father says, Father says this entire program is all about reciprocity. You receiving what is going to be yours. You're going to get back what is yours. So this Six of Pentacles, Six of Earth, is that things are going to be balanced out. And we're going to close that reading because there's no better card to close the reading off than the actual Six of Pentacles at this stage, because this is one of the most important cards for us. Father says, okay, let's get a couple of investigative cards. Let's get a couple of investigative cards. Let's just close the reading off with an investigative card. Game of Thrones, Father said. Father said Game of Thrones. There you are. Wonderful. Join us. Thank you for joining us, collective. This has been your reading. This has been superb. I just want to say, guys, that if any case as well, I don't know, like, okay, so then also we have the faceless men, raise his head right there. Let's see if he's going to come out here, the faceless men. Is also another ending card. So something has been brought to an end. Something is being brought to an ending. Something has been brought to an ending, something is being taken out of the way. An obstacle is going to be removed. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let's get one card from the Game of Thrones. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let me get one card from the Game of Thrones. Let me get one card. Just one card to clear this reading, to end this reading. And what a wonderful time that we have ahead of us. Wonderful time that we have ahead of us. Another time that we have. 1, 2. Thank you very much. We're going to get one card. One more. Let's get one more. One card. Okay, Father, let's get one card to signify the reading for today. 7. And that's what it is. And it will be what it will be. Okay, now we have Gilly, which is also a number 8 strength. Number 8 strength. Gilly is the card of the day. So, okay, this is about endurance. Those that endure will be victorious. The victory is given not to the swift, but to those that endure to the very end. What a wonderful reading, guys. Keep the faith, endure, keep going. This has been your reading. Love you, and God bless. Mwah.